Very good morning, cadets. We are into the last topic of the chapter number 2, that is Chola dynasty. I hope you are all highly inspired by watching videos and watching my earlier lessons related to the Chola dynasty. Chola kingdom was considered as the most successful kingdom of South India, and Chola kingdom was considered as one of the golden age of Indian history. Let us move to the topic what we are going to study today. Today we are going to study about Chola administration as well as how the Chola they are successfully involved in agricultural activities and how the empire was one of the successful empire in construction of various agricultural or irrigational projects. So let us move to the topic further. Okay. So what is the topic today? Topic is agriculture and irrigation. Now cadets, try to understand. If a kingdom want to be a successful one, if a kingdom want to be a rich and prosperous, definitely there is requirement of participation by the people of that particular kingdom. If the people of that particular kingdom or the subjects, they are called subjects, if they are not involved actively, then it's very difficult to attain prosperity of the kingdom. Now what are the activities or what are the changes which the Cholans involved in the field of agriculture and irrigation sector? The first thing which they done, they introduced many developmental works. Many development of Cholas were made possible through a new development in agriculture. So Cholans involved the new beginning in the field of agricultural development. What are the developments? Very important what you have to understand. There was two streams of river Kaveri, channels of river Kaveri, and these two streams were flowing towards the Bay of Bengal. And each stream, when the river Kaveri stream, when it is inundated or when it's overflowed the water during rainy season, it was causing flood. And the kingdom of Chola, they felt that instead of allowing river Kaveri or the stream to flow towards the Bay of Bengal, why can't we divert this water? And after diverting this water, the water can be used for the agriculture purpose. What they done is the same thing. They diverted several channels, streams of river Kaveri before the river Kaveri joining Bay of Bengal. Once they diverted the streams of river Kaveri before joining to Bay of Bengal, as a result they were able to collect the water or they were able to store the water in a particular area. Because of storing of water in a particular area, this water was used for the purpose of agriculture. Now try to understand, when a river is flowing, that is what today the government of India is thinking, that is what interlinking of rivers. There are many rivers which flow towards, of course all rivers flow towards the sea, but before the river reaches to the sea, why can't we divert this river water so that we can provide water to those areas where there is a shortage of water. So what diverting, river linking, all these technologies today what we are speaking, all these were practiced, tried by the Cholan king. Moving to next. What they done? The overflowed channels of river Kaveri, these overflowed channels of river Kaveri provided moisture for agricultural land. So large scale agricultural land, especially paddy, the cultivation of paddy was done in a large scale. So overflowed channels of river Kaveri was diverted towards the agricultural field. Now, one important thing what we have to understand is that this is the first time when Chola kingdom started involving in a large scale development of agriculture. You studied in previous classes about the agriculture in geography. Agriculture we do in a two majorly, one is for commercial purpose, second for is household purpose, means we grow crops for the purpose of our own consumption. The second one, we grow crops for selling in the market, that is commercial crops. There is also two way. One is small scale agriculture development and large scale agriculture development. What is small scale? Means if you have 1 acre, 2 acres of land, you are cultivating in that small area. It's a small level of agriculture. But if the large area was taken together, then naturally the chance of involvement of more land in the agriculture was there. That is what the Cholans did. So Cholans started the beginning of large scale development in the agriculture sector. So when the large scale development in the agriculture sector, what is the result? Result is nothing but large scale production. Large scale production leads to what? Large scale production leads to more income. More income leads to what? Naturally prosperity or richness. That is what one thing which they changed. And another major thing which the Cholans done is that when the population of a particular region or a place increases, naturally more food is required for consumption. So if you want to need more food for consumption, you have to produce more. If you want to produce more, you need a large area. So naturally, when you need a large area, means what the forest, the Cholan kingdom, they cleared large number of vast areas of forest. After clearing vast areas of forest, they started growing agricultural crops there. So one more development which during the forest regions were cleared for the purpose of agriculture in some areas, and lands were leveled and agricultural activities were started there. And very important result of all this, the delta regions and embankments had to be built to prevent flooding of canals, had to be constructed to carry the water to the field. Now what they done? They mainly tried to control the flooding of rivers. The flooding caused a lot of damage. So how the flooding was controlled? By constructing canals. Canals to divert the water, the flow of water. To divert the flow of water, they tried to construct canals so to divert water. As a result, large areas of water, embankments and large areas of water was stored during Chola period near Tanjavur. Now one more important thing what they done. What are the 3 methods which are used for agriculture? They used channels for the agriculture, they used wells for the agriculture, and very important, they used what today we speak a lot about rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting is nothing but collection of water, storing of water which is available by the Mother Earth, that is of course due to the rainfall. When we store the rainfall water, instead of this rainwater flowing down and joining to the sea, instead of that if we started collecting rainwater in a particular place, naturally this rainwater will be used for the future for the purpose of agriculture. So various methods are used for the irrigation. In some areas they dug the wells were also used, and in other areas they concentrated on rainwater harvesting. This is a rainwater harvesting where they stored water in a huge lakes, the naturally available lakes or the man-made lakes. But all these lakes were mainly targeted to collect huge rainwater, harvest or rainwater, and the same rainwater can be used for the purpose of agriculture in the future. Now, very important, above all activities, you can see the king himself is allowing the people to grow for agriculture. King provides water in the forms of various forms. So naturally, when king supports the activity, naturally what happens? All the above activities made the people involved in the administration during the Chola period. So involvement of people becomes so successful purely because of the support given by the king of those days. So this is what we study about agriculture during the Chola period. We'll watch a wonderful video of Kallanai of the Chola kingdom. Kallanai means stone. So during the time of Karigala Cholan constructed a Kallanai or a huge dam in Tanjavur. This huge dam is nearly 2000 years old from today. This dam is still very helpful, as well as still it is in a good condition to save the water as well as to help for the irrigation purpose of that particular area. And very surprisingly, down the 2000 years, definitely there was no cement and all those modern technologies of steel and all those things. But still, Karigala Chola was successful in construction of huge Kallanai or the dam. Let us watch the video. Thank you. Let us move to the next topic, that is administration in Chola kingdom. Administration is nothing but taking care of day-to-day activities of the people. That is a simple definition of administration. Today, to take care of the citizens of this great country, we have central government, we have state government, we have district authorities, we have taluk or tahsil authorities, we have panchayats or municipalities. So we have a channel of administration top to bottom, or bottom to top you can take. Take for example, if you have a problem related to something related to your area, you will contact the member of your municipality. Municipality member will contact the mayor or the chairman of municipal corporation. If the problem is not solved, you can contact MLA, member of legislative assembly. If the problem is not solved, you can contact member of parliament of your area, so that he can represent the problem in a state government. If there is a problem is huge, of course you can contact central government. Purpose is very simple, that today we have fantastic way of administration. Administration is nothing but easy way of taking care of day-to-day activities. Now let us understand, Chola kingdom was such a huge empire. Such a huge empire was successful in staying for a long period of 300 to 400 years. How it is possible? It is purely possible because of an excellent administrative skills which is exhibited by the Chola kings. Now you see, for the better administration of Chola kingdom, this map you can see, this entire map, this was an area which was under the control of Chola dynasty. Presently 3-4 states are there. So such a huge empire was controlled by in a systematic way. Empire was divided as Mandalam. Mandalam was a larger region of administration. Mandalam was further divided as Kottam. Kottam. K-O-T-T-A-M-S. Kottams. So Mandalam, Kottams. Kottams were further divided as Nadu. Nadu or Valanadu. Valanadu means today's district. Nadu or Valanadu was further divided into group of village that is called Ur. U-R-S. Urs. So Ur or the village was the lowest unit of administration. Above the village there was a district. Above the district there was a Kottam. Above the Kottam there was a Mandalam. So Mandalam, Kottam, district and village. This was the administrative setup of Chola. The settlement of peasants was known as Ur. Ur is nothing but a small unit of administration which is called a group of farmers. Peasants means farmers or village. Now, group of village, I told you a group of village when joined together, it makes a larger unit. That larger unit is known as district or Nadu. Nadu means a group of Urs or village that makes Nadu. And how the Nadu, administration of Nadu was carried. What is the purpose of Nadu? The purpose of Nadu is nothing but providing justice and collecting tax. The Nadu performed several administrative functions, including dispensing justice. Dispensing justice is nothing but administrating justice. Means if there is a problem to the people, solve the problem. Give justice to the people. That is dispensing justice and collecting tax. Collecting tax is nothing but land revenue. So Nadu has to collect the tax, land revenue from the farmers, and if there is a problem, definitely Nadu has to take care of the administration of that particular farm. Now, who were the people who were allowed to become the leaders of this Nadu? There is a particular caste called Vellaran caste. This Vellaran caste were allowed to become the heads of the caste. There were few leaders of this caste. They were called themselves with the high titles. We studied in previous lessons that high sounding titles. I said Mr. Pulakeshwari, whereas Sri Raja, Raja Raja, Raja Marthanda, Raja Gambira. What happens here? Title sounds more, isn't it? When title sounds more, ambience is created. That's the same way. These leaders of Nadu also taken particular titles like Muvenda Velan. Muvenda Velan means Velan. Velan is the caste who was the head of that particular Nadu. So Muvenda Velan is nothing but a person who is taking care or helping three kings. Muvenda Velan means a rich farmer peasant who is serving three kings. Means there may be a particular Nadu in which a person is collecting tax and helping, giving to three different kings of that particular area. So he himself called, he is a Muvenda Velan. Muvenda Velan means he is a person who got a capacity to serve three kings, not a single king. Now, I already explained this. Rich peasants of Vellara caste, who were the people who were considered the leaders of Nadu, rich peasants of Vellara caste, exercised considerable control over affairs of Nadu. So Nadu was controlled by people belongs to the Vellara caste. They were supervised by the Chola central government. So Nadu was supervised by the leaders of Nadu. These leaders of Nadu generally belongs to Vellara caste and they were supervised by the central government of Chola kingdom. Now, in this further what they had a system where Brahmins of that particular area, they were called as Brahmadeva. Brahmadeya means the Brahmins who receive the gifts. In the previous lessons I told Inamdar. Inamdar is a surname which is very famous in Bijapur area. What is Inamdar? Inamdar means a person who got the gift Inam. Same way, a Brahman who was given grants. We studied in the same lesson Prasastis and land grants. Remember Prasasti and land grants. So a Brahmin who got a grant was called as Brahmadeya. Brahmadeya means a Brahmin who received land grants from the kings. They were called Brahmadeya. Each Brahmadeya was looked after an assembly of Sabha prominent of Brahman landlords. What is the work of Brahmadeya? He has to take care of the administration of the assembly. So, assembly or Sabha is generally taken care by the Brahmadeya. What is the difference between Brahmin and Brahmadeya? Simple. Brahmin, a person by birth. Brahmadeya is a Brahmin who received grants from Chola kingdom. So, received from grants from Chola kingdom was called as Brahmadeya. This Brahmadeya was given responsibility of taking care of the administration of Sabha. Now, moreover, this administration of traders were known as Nagaram, who looked after the administration of the town. There were also some towns. We studied about Tanjavur. Tanjavur was a town. Now, there was an arrangement, administrative arrangement to take care of the town which was called as Nagaram. Town was called as Nagaram. The administration of Nagarams were also taken care by a group of officers. The Sabha had a separate committee to look after irrigation works, gardening and temples etc. What is the work of a Sabha? Sabha has to take care about irrigation of the village, gardening work of the village, maintenance of the temple. That was the work of Sabha. So Sabha, which is generally found in Nagarams or the towns or in a place, in a village or in a Nadu, try to understand, Sabha has to take care that work of, take care of irrigation works, maintaining garden, maintaining temples etc. This work is belongs to Sabha. Now very important, when we discussed about Sabha, Sabha is nothing but imagine today's panchayats or municipal corporation like Sabha. The selection of members of these committees done in a democratic way. Names were written in a palm leaf and young boys were asked to pick up one. Now why I am stressing on this particular point? Today how we select or how we elect rather or not select, how we elect the representatives. Those who cross 18 years of age, they are eligible to cast their vote. A person who got the maximum number of votes declared as a winner means he is a people choice. The same way those days, members of Sabha and Samiti or committee were not randomly elected, appointed. Rather, their names were, means those who are interested, their names were written in a palm leaf and after that those palm leaves are generally deposited in a big pot. And young children, why young children? Because a person don't judge, simply act. So young children were asked to pick up. When they picked up, started reading, means whosoever name is picked is selected. Now what you got to understand here is that even Chola dynasty, the empire, tried to introduce the democratic concept, not the concept of nepotism and red tapeism and what we say today, appointing kids and kins or the blood relatives. No, rather it was a transparent method of selection. You see, the process is given here. Now those who are interested to become the members, we study later. Interested means everyone cannot become members of Sabha. There are certain eligible qualifications. The names of eligible persons are written on palm leaf. These palm leaves are deposited in a pot, you see a boy who is going and asked to pick up leaf. So this is the way in which the members of Sabha and Sabha or a committee were elected. Okay. With this, I completed this chapter of Chola Kingdom. This is a map, once again, for your reference only. This map belongs to the Chola Kingdom. Gangaikonda Cholapuram, this is the capital of Cholas. Tanjavur was also capital of Cholas. Gangaikonda Cholapuram, Rajarajendra Chola, who could reach to the banks of river Ganga and bring water from river Ganga and pour water in the well in the lake here and renamed as Gangaikonda Cholapuram. So Gangaikonda Cholapuram, Tanjavur, capital city of Cholas. This particular region was under the control of Cholas or the Chola Empire, Cholas of Tanjavur. Okay, guys, I hope you are able to understand and able to conclude what were the developments done by the Chola kingdom. Okay. I hope the topic or the chapter was pretty clear for you, because I tried maximum involvement of multimedia like videos and other pictures so that your understanding becomes very easy, because this is a concept which you have to just imagine, because you cannot go back to 8th, 9th or 10th century and you cannot see that situation today, but there are enough multimedia evidence, means videos and all. Let us move to the question and answers. Question and answers, I request you go through the previous slides of my videos. Naturally you will get answers for questions which are mentioned. Okay. Still, few question and answers I myself help you. This is a master following Gurjara Pratihara, Rashtrakuta, Pala, Chola. Try to understand. Chola belongs to Tamil Nadu. Even Cbse is helping you to match. It is already matched. Okay. Then who were the parties involved in tripartite struggle? We studied lesson number 2 of this chapter. Okay. What were the qualifications necessary to become members of Sabha and Samiti? Take your books, notebooks. Yeah. Take your notebooks, match the following. Gurjara Pratihara, they were known in Gujarat and Rajasthan. Rashtrakutas were in Western Deccan. Western Deccan area, Rashtrakutas. Palas were there in Bengal. And Cholas were there in Tamil Nadu. What was the second question? Second question was, who were the parties involved in tripartite struggle? This is a slide of my previous lesson. 3 dynasties fought to control Kannauj. They were Gurjara Pratihara, Rashtrakuta and Pala dynasty. So who were involved in tripartite struggle? Simple. The people who were involved in tripartite struggle were Gurjara Pratiharas, Rashtrakuta and Pala dynasty. That was the answer. There is also a question called, what is the qualification to become the member of Sabha? It is mentioned in your textbook. All those who wish to become members of Sabha should be owners of land from which the land revenue is collected. They should have their own homes. This is image taken from your textbook only. It is there in your textbook. Okay, the same chapter is there. What are the qualifications? They should be between 35 to 70 years of age. Then they should have knowledge of Vedas. There are 4 Vedas: Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda and Atharvana Veda. They should have knowledge of Vedas. They should be well versed, means they should be experts in administrative matters, and they should be very honest. You see, this is the most thing which we have to inculcate involved in the today's leaders. That is honesty. If anyone has been a member of any committee in the last 3 years, he cannot become a member of another committee. Means system of giving more importance to large number of people. Means if a person is a member of a committee, another 3 years he cannot be a member of a committee. Wonderful. Okay. Anyone who has not submitted his accounts, as well as those who those of his relatives cannot be contested for elections. So these are the qualifications to become the members. This question is also there. What is the member qualification to become a member of? So that is there in the textbook. Don't worry. Okay. So there is one more question. The question is that what was the purpose of temples? The question is there. Okay. In this, what is the answer for this question? Let us. I'll show you one second the question. The question. Okay. The question is here. What are the activities associated with the temple? We already studied. How did Rashtrakuta become powerful? Chahamanas were controlled Delhi. This is also there in textbook. How did Rashtrakuta become powerful? This is what we studied about Hiranyagarbha. So Hiranyagarbha was a ritual which was practiced to declare themselves as Kshatriyas, which we studied. They defeated their boss, the empire that was Chalukya. So after defeating Chalukya, they regained their administration and become an independent kingdom. Right now, what did new dynasty do the gain except the same thing? What you write? Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha was a ritual which was practiced by the new dynasty to gain acceptance. Hiranyagarbha is golden womb. The sacrificer will be accepted as Kshatriya. That's what I am saying. Refer my yourself. What kind of irrigation works were developed in the Tamil region? This you are right. During the Chola period, they started types of irrigation which we studied about: embankments, canals, wells, rainwater harvesting, Kallanai or construction of huge dams and all. All these were the major irrigation works which they are taken care. The last one is what were the activities associated with the Chola temple? Okay. What are the activities associated with the Chola temple? This is also my previous lesson slide. I already explained you that Chola kingdom was very much involved in construction of huge temples. Temples were not only the temples, not only the place of worship. The temples were not only place of worship, they were the hub or the centers of economic, social and cultural life as well. So what is the purpose of construction of temple? Not only for the purpose of worshipping God, it is a hub or a center of social, cultural as well as economic. We studied how the bronze sculptures or the images were grown up in Tanjavur, how large number of people from different areas settled down in Tanjavur, how Tanjavur became a center of economic center during Chola dynasty. All these things which you have to study. So children, with this I completed chapter number 2, that is New Kings and Kingdoms. I wrap up this chapter with quick revision. We studied about New Kings and Kingdoms, in the sense we studied about Chola dynasty, brief explanation about Rashtrakuta, Kadamba, Chalukya, Pala, Gurjara Pratyaharas. We studied about Gurjara Pratyahara. We studied about Samanta. We studied about Mahasamanta and the titles and all those things. We also studied about the major important thing, that is later we studied about the rituals like Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha, what was the purpose of Hiranyagarbha? All those we have studied. Then we studied about warfare for wealth. Means in the medieval Indian history, they fought wars mainly to amuse, gather wealth. The gathering or amusing of wealth was the major purpose. We studied how these kingdoms were involved in capturing of Kanauj, that is Gurjara Pratyahara, Rashtrakutas and Palas. They were very much interested in capturing Kanauj because it was a rich province. We studied Muhammad Ghazni, Muhammad Ghori. They attacked India. What is the purpose of attacking India is nothing but amuse, collect the huge wealth. So we studied wealth, the warfare for wealth. We studied about administration. We studied about administration, and we later moved to the topic of Chola. In Chola kingdom, we studied about Chola administration, bronze sculptures, agriculture, irrigation activities, agricultural irrigation, and very important, we studied Chola administration. So with this, chapter number 2 of history is over. I request you to complete the question answer of chapter number 1 and complete the question number of answers of chapter number 2. After completing question and answer, what you have to do? Take image in your mobile phones and please send that to my WhatsApp number 7411149116. I repeat 7411149116. So please send the photo of completed exercise of chapter number 1 and chapter number 2. Send at the latest. Don't get panic and tensed. Send at least by 4th of July. Okay? Send at least by 4th of July 2020, not 21. Till then, please take care of yourself. Next week, I will come once again with one more interesting lesson. The lesson of which we study about the Delhi Sultanates and how they. Please, children, understand the history, understand the past for a better future. Thank you.